We will see who's here. Nobody yet. That's fine. Always try to go on maybe a minute early to see who's picking up. Now, I totally expect that today may be light because it's Father's Day here in the States and people have stuff to do. So, no big deal there. 2, 3. Okay, people are coming on. 4. Okay, let me know you're here, guys. 5. Not seeing anybody at the moment except for the little eyeballs up here. 3 of you from Facebook, 3 of you from here on YouTube. Okay, Carolyn Gardner, hi, you're new. That's not how we do things. Let me start introducing to people. Please read at the bottom all the rules. The little gold ticker explains everything to you. Meanwhile, also here, oops, I forgot. It's backwards. So what I have to do is I have to go into the setting and I have to go to video and I have to make sure it's not mirrored. Now it looks like I switched, but I didn't. But now you can read things. So rules. 1 question per person, no mediumship or health questions. I have to have your name, your birth date, where you are from, and then the specific question. Okay, so Carolyn, you need to give me your birth date and where you live and repeat the question in a new balloon. Then I'll be able to handle that for you. People say, well, how come you do that? I read somewhere between 45 and 50 people in 1 hour. And for me to be able to get you focused on the energy levels, if you give me that information, it's like a calling card. And it makes it much easier for me to give you a real answer instead of vague stuff. Okay. For those who are new, here's who I recommend for things I don't do here. Health Intuitive is Stacy Wells. Brujeria and Occult Supplies, my good friends Katrina and Eric Rasbold. And the animal communication I use for all of my fur persons, Catherine Knock. Okay. So, all right. Carolyn says, will I win my court case? All right, remember, Carolyn, by law, I'm not a lawyer, though I've worked for them for many years. So you cannot take this as actual legal advice. It's simply what I energetically see. Okay? And what I get is Judgment Day. My sense is that there's going to be one big shift in the actual courtroom. Either some information that was not expected, or a lawyer is going to be able to get right into the right energy. So is that a yes or a no? I think it's a yes, but there's going to have to be something that's really like a lightning strike in the courtroom for it to break loose. Okay, Nadia, will Miloslav and I be together one day? Do you see him as my eternal love partner? Nadia, I'm going to tell you right now, stop with the eternal love partner stuff. We get more than one. Otherwise, none of us would ever get divorced. So all you really want to know is he a good partner for me at this point? Card for you, a card for him, a card for the relationship as it stands, what you need to know, and best possible outcome. Okay. You keep asking other people, is it right? Instead of him. He looks like he is moving in a different direction. Now, this card can mean either the two of you aren't quite mature enough to get together on it, or children are a big stumbling block. What you need to know, this is a karmic situation, which means absolutely don't go for this if in your heart you know that you're going to have to settle instead of being really happy. And the outcome is sneaking around and lying. So no, I would say that this was not a good choice for you. And I would say move on. Radhika, I'm in a sticky situation at work, felt cornered. I felt like an opportunity was taken away from me that I was hoping to get for 2 years. Any advice if I should speak up about it or keep my head down or leave the agency? All right. 3 possibilities. We'll pull 3 cards. Okay, so speak up. 50-50 whether they'll even listen to you. Keep your head down. If you do, you're going to want to walk away anyway. And leave. Now that's the card that says turning lead into gold. So now you know it's easier to get a job when you have a job. So start looking. Do not leave before you have another position to go to. Okay, who else? Tina Marie, will my financial situation get better? Let's take a look at it. For you. I'd say that's a big fat yes. That's the 10 of Cups, the happy home card. Everybody has enough. So I would say yes, and very soon, by the end of the year. Nicole, how do the next 3 months look for me? Okay, I'm not counting June because we're almost done. So I'll go July, August, September. July, August, September. All right, July. That's an artistic card. That's an expansion card that says emotional mastery. So don't lose your cool over any arguments. But that's a good positive card for July. August. August says there's a situation that you don't have all the information on. You have to really dig deep to make a serious decision on something. Don't make it right away. You will be presented with an opportunity. Dig deep. September. Could be babies. Be careful if you don't want them. Could be love. But the heart opens and September looks wonderful for you. Okay. Lynn Ahern, please ask your guides, how can I remove an entity? Guess what, Lynn? That ain't me. But, my darling, see the middle people? Katrina and Eric Rasbold? She is a bruja, which is a very powerful and respected magician, if you will. And they're based out of California, but they work nationally. Go to crossroadsoccult.com and write to Katrina and ask her how to do that. Now, those 3 people that I recommend, if I haven't used them, love them, trust them, you will never hear about it on my show. So absolutely, she is safe to go to. She is an absolute top drawer bruja. Hello, upstate New York. Hi, Jody. George, do I have a soulmate? Can you give me any details about her? All right, George, let me explain you, my friend, what you think you're asking for. Everybody says one soulmate. Will I meet them? Will I marry them? Wrong definition. Soulmates are our core team, and we have more than one. In my life, my current husband is, my last one wasn't. My father was my best friend. He was a soulmate, and so is my spiritual mentor. So what you're saying is, will I have a soulmate connection? You have more than one. And what will she be like? So let me take a quick look. Okay, 78, 88, 98, 08. So you're in your 40s. I'm looking for queens for you. My friend, I don't see her until next July, but she is the Empress card. The Empress card means she probably has kids, but she is well-grounded. She's benevolent. She's self-confident without being bitchy. She knows how to make a house warm and welcoming. And I'm seeing her with red-brown hair and brown eyes. Okay? So let's see. Tina Marie. The rules are 1 question per person. You asked about your financial situation, and I answered that. So that's it for you this month, okay? Fair is fair to everybody else. I have 28 people watching, and they all want readings. Michelle Hall, when will my partner appear? Okay, let's take a look. We're looking for kings for you. I assume that it's all hetero unless you tell me differently. I mean, if you want me to look gay, you want me to look both, I am perfectly fine with that. But you got to let me know, okay? So, partner for Michelle. February looks good. This is man who makes money with his mind. He's very intelligent and intellectual, two very different things. And he doesn't just go for looks. He wants to be able to have a wonderful conversation with you, bat around ideas. He wants to know he's got someone who is his intellectual equal. Okay? These are usually people like doctors, lawyers, professors, architects, engineers. So somewhere around Valentine's Day. Aaron Stanley, will I be able to be a part of my 12-year-old daughter's life this upcoming August? Okay, let's take a look. There's going to be one fast opportunity to clear things up. I'm hearing second week in September. You may not get it done in August, but I think that there will be some positive movement before Halloween. Let's say that. Okay. Okay. Diana, any messages for my guides? Remember, guides take me a little bit of time, so give me a minute. Interestingly, what I am seeing is a rushing river. And there is someone who is, they look very poor, but not dirty poor, just don't have a lot. And they're pulling a bucket of water out of it, and there are fish in the bucket, and he looks up and he smiles. What that message is from your guides, rushing water is emotion, it's also communication. And what I'm sensing is they're saying, just stick in the bucket for what you want, ask for what you want. You don't necessarily need to try and do it yourself. For instance, with this guy, he didn't have a fishing rod or a fishing boat. He just put his bucket in the water and he got the water and out came a fish, so he was not hungry. All right? So, again, your guides are saying emotion. Your guides are saying ask for what you want. Don't believe you have to get it all yourself. And within the next 6 to 7 weeks, you're going to get one of those wants that you have taken care of. Okay, Jody, 65, alone for 15 years. Jody, look at the rules. Name, birth date, where you are from, and specific question. And if you say him, I at least need a first name. Okay. Hi, Nuria. Do I have a long-term partnership in the next months? Let me take a look. Okay. So March, business guy. I do think he is Eastern background, interestingly enough. Deeper voice. Very much a person of his culture. So just be aware of that. And then later in the spring, this is the partnership card. You meet through a joint interest, through taking a spiritual retreat, through working on the same project together. It's not blind date, but you got 2 shots this coming year. Hey, Karen, Hannah Joy. Okay, hold on. I have to go back and check. See, I'm doing this on my own these days, so I have to, it takes me a little longer because I have to go back and check. Next 3 months, what's in store, job related. Okay. July, August, and September. July looks fabulous. Now, this is the wishes fulfilled card, but it's also be careful what you wish for because you're going to get it. So something wonderful coming next month, but look at it very carefully. August, you're going to have to make some real decisions in terms of career and finances. Are you willing to pretty much hang yourself out on the line to get what you want, or do you need a more stress-free life? September, be careful because somebody is going to promise you something and not come through. So that's one of the reasons why July and August you have to be really, really careful and listen. Really get a feel for, do you think this person is going to come through? Okay. Alana Casper, any love in my future in the next few weeks? I don't know. Let's look for 3 months. I generally look for a year. And I'm looking for nights for you. I don't see anybody before the fall. Okay. Let's see. Raquel, when will the move be back to Jersey? As a Jersey girl, I go, yeah, of course you want to be back to Jersey. Let me take a look and see. You didn't specify weeks or months, so I'm going to go months. You have to be back by April. You absolutely have to be back by April. You're just going to be so fed up with New Hampshire. Okay? So use that as target date. Sharon, what do my cards read financially for my household? Oh, for the household. I was wondering, what is a household? I get it. Okay. Looks good so far. Now, this is a happy relocation card. So I don't know whether you're thinking of moving, but if you are considering it, now is the time to do it. But it's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain, meaning you may not be ready to move right now. You may push it. You may push any renovations, anything like that, but it will pay off in the long run for you. Okay? So financially, it is all literally tied up in the house. So take a look at what you have, take a look at where you want to go, see what you can balance. Okay? Bridget Lang, next 4 months. Okay. July, August, September, October. Guys, I prefer doing 3 months, but she asked for 4, but let's keep it to 3. July, slow growth but deep roots. I don't think you're going to be moving forward as much as you want to next month, but it's the difference between climbing Everest in sneakers where you keep sliding down, and it's a slower climb, but if you have those cleats on your shoes, you don't lose any ground. So even if it's slow, you're going the right direction. August, big thumbs up for new beginnings. September, you too should move on, whether it's job, whether it's house, whether it's people. There needs to be a relocation of some part of your life in September. October, pour yourself into what you want to learn, what you want to gain intellectually. Okay. Karen Wellman. These are the rules. They're also down here. I don't just answer a question thrown at me. I need your name, your birth date, where you're from, and then the specific question. Please put them all in a single balloon. Okay. Okay, Crystal Lang. Do my guides have any message for me or want me to know something? Okay, hang on. It's very funny. Your guide looks like a Buddhist monk, like the Dalai Lama. But they're skipping, the old-fashioned skipping rope, and he's laughing. So what that means to me from your guides is you need a little peace by skipping rope, skipping stupidities, skipping problems. You need to just tell the world to take a hike for at least a 3-day period before Labor Day, because you need to scrub out your brain. The squirrels have been on their tilt wheel for too long, and you need some time to stop. You ever hear about near focus, far focus? When we've been doing this for a long time at the computer, they tell us, look at something in the distance and refocus your eyes. It keeps you from having a headache. Same kind of thing for you. Your guides are saying, not as much full attention to what you're doing. Get out, play, do something. Unfraught is the word I'm going to use. Jody Sweet, no mediumship. Okay. Also, Karen Wellman, you're asking 2 questions. You're also not giving me the information. Guys, I really don't mean to be a bitch. I don't. But if I break the rules for one of you, then everybody says rules don't matter. You kidding? That's what's gotten us in trouble in America right now. Anyway, no one is following any rules whatsoever. So with me, I'm a double Virgo, so I'm a stickler. I need your name. I need your birth date, where you're from, and then a specific question. Those people get answered. So, hi, Natalie. Natalie says no questions. I just love how specific Corbie is. Thank you. Natalie has had a lot of readings for me, so she knows. And the thing is, I like being specific. When I give you vague information, you could get that from Zoltar. Put in dollars. Zoltar hands you fortune. No. If you're going to come spend time with me, I want to make it worth it for you, which is why we have the rules. Okay, Karen Wellman, I'm sorry. That's the 3rd time that you have just given me a question, so you're off the chart, okay? Corey Ann, guys, see this? It's also in the ticker. Those are the rules. Don't just throw a question at me, because that's like yelling something at me as I walk down the street. Not happening. All right, finally, Karen, what's coming up that you should know? For you, I'm pulling from my Zen deck 3 cards. First, traveling. Second, the rebel. Third is rebirth. What that tells me is it is time for you to do some traveling, not with your usual companions, not going to your normal places. If you always go to Mohegan Sun with a couple of girlfriends, no. You do something like go to Ocean City, Maryland on your own to get a little R&R. You really need to shake up your, I'm hearing the word complacency. Just this is the way life always is. You need to get yourself out of a rut. That's what the guides have to say for you for the next 3 months. Lori P. Okay. Next 3 months, struggling with not enough work and deciding to move. Okay. First, I want you to get rid of the person in your life who is telling you what to do. This is the high maintenance woman who says, we're going to do it my way. You don't want to. There's the door. That's part of the problem for you. I don't know if someone is telling you you can't do the work or someone is stepping in front of you to take the work from you. Number 2, it's Judgment Day. You need big, fat changes. You want to talk to me. You know that I'd be more than happy to do it, but you really need to look at your life seriously. The example, my husband has had literally 5 generations of his family's stuff in our basement. And in the 22 years I've been married, he keeps saying, I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it. Now he's doing it. And the space that he is lightening up for himself and the way it's sparking new ideas is brilliant. So that's what your spirit is saying they want you to do. Just go through everything you've got, pull out what doesn't work and toss it. There is going to be enough money for you. You may not be rich, but you will start making enough money by the end of the year. Okay, Jody Sweet. Jody, look, again, you're not listening. You need to give me where you live. Okay? It's simple. Take a moment, read the tan ticker that's underneath, and that gives you all the rules. Um, Karina Ann, what do I need to know right now? Okay. For you, they're telling me I'm going to pull from the Zen deck. Okay. The Source, always a great card. But postponement, moment to moment. All right, what that tells me is there's something you really want, but it's going to be on divine time, not your time. For instance, I published You've Got the Magic Who Needs a Genie in 2020, just when we had COVID. And so it sat and did pretty much nothing for 3 years. But now I wanted to revise it. The universe brought me enough money to have it published by myself, not going to Amazon. Even though I had wanted it for 3 years, this is when the universe said, this is when I want you to do it. So there is something that you want very much that Spirit will give you, but it will postpone. What you need to do, the moment to moment card, is live in the present moment. And as soon as you see that glimmer of it, that's when you grab it. No doubt. Let's see. Michelle Chiachia, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Will the online business I'm working on be successful, or just look for a different job? Now, let me teach you something, my darling. If someone comes to me and says, will my business be successful? I kind of look at them over my glasses and say, and what if I told you you're going to lose everything and live in a box under a bridge? Wrong question. You always ask, how do I make it successful? That's a longer reading than I'm going to give you right here, but you do it, or you look for a different regular job. This is what the cards say. You go ahead and do it. You're going to be juggling money anyway, but a regular job is going to make you miserable. So what that tells me is you're going to have to graft on your online business. What does that mean? That means you'll get a job, but you will do that evenings, weekends, every spare moment you have, you build that business. That's how I built mine after 9/11. I worked 70 hours a week as an executive recruiter, did the psychic work evenings and weekends until I was sure that I could make it work. Then I went in, figuratively peed on my boss's desk and left, and I have never looked back. So you're going to have to do both. You're going to have to grab a job, but build that online. And I'm hearing within 2 years, that's when you can completely quit the other job. Natalie, guide about next month, job and money. Okay. See. Job you have to approach differently, more intuitively. Even if you're a data entry clerk, there are ways that you can keep yourself from mentally falling asleep while you do it. Finances, I want you to look at how you were taught to deal with money as you were a kid and see if there are any bad habits that you have to jettison. We all have them. How a kid looks at money is very different than how an adult needs to look at money. So you need to do a little revamp on that. Corrine Ann. Corrine, you've already asked me a question. I only do one per person per month. Brenda, what's my spirit guide telling me? Okay. I'm sorry. Your spirit guide is under a tree snoring. This does not mean I'm not going to talk to you. But I think what your spirit guide is telling you is stop relying on other people to tell you stuff. You have enough inner knowledge. And as soon as you make a move in one direction or the other, then your guide will chime in. But too often we want our guides to fix it for us. You know, they're here to help us move on the greater scheme of things. They don't tell us whether we should buy the red car or the blue car. Your guide, by the way, is an older gentleman, red beard, hat over his eyes, and snoring. It almost looks like Johnny Appletree because it's under an apple tree, but no, an apple is not going to bonk him on the head. So what he's saying is he will be there for you when you need him, but right now you need to look at some things and make some logical, earth-based decisions. Then he steps in. Okay, let's see. You know, I'm guessing on some of these names if I've already read them. Holly, what do I have next 6 months? All right, Holly, I'm going to do 3. People ask for 4 months, 6 months, a year. We're doing 3 months, okay? So, July, great card. Remember, the fool is not the stupid person, it's the exuberant rookie. Grab hold of what you're passionate about, carry very little old emotional baggage, only tell those who are loyal to you what you're doing, you can cross mountains and fly. Big changes in July. August, there is, however, bitchcraft. That means people will tell you that you can't do it, you mustn't do it, they don't like it, it's not fair. Remember my 2 favorite phrases when somebody tries to get in your way like that. Thank you for sharing. You may think that if you wish, and then go do what the hell you know you need to do. September, great for business. If you are any kind of an entrepreneur, that's going to be a big, fat month for you. Okay? So career September. Let's see. All right. Jody. Did I answer a Jody question already? I can't tell. Wait, I have to back up. See, this, okay, no, you kept, we finally got you doing the right thing. Great. Okay. So next 3 months. July. No, nobody's going to stab you in the back, but there is something in July you absolutely have to be done with. It's, something that maybe you've been putting off, or I guess I can wait. There is something that you have to absolutely jettison from your life, whether it's a person, material, anything. There is something you have to get rid of in July. August, I'm hearing legal. So whether this is getting your own legal stuff together, wills, mortgages, etc., or there's a legal or a speeding ticket, watch your butt in August. September. September looks very good for money, but if you get it, put it into practical situations. No vacations, no Manolo Blahniks, practical stuff that will benefit you, okay? Let's see. Debbie, should we retire to mountains or sea? I'm a Pisces. Of course I'm going to say sea, but I'll check for you. Mountains. Ocean. Mountains, I think that you wouldn't stay. You'd have half there, half somewhere else. Seaside, same thing. I'd almost tell you the stronger card is this one, Oceanside. But realize that you will probably not be content to just sit there for the rest of your life. You are still going to want to travel. As long as you know that, I'd say get yourself a seaside cottage. Let's see. Linda Hines, next 3 months. Okay. July. Nice and steady and practical. Nothing big in July. Just a comfortable month. August. If you ever go to the casino, August is your month. A little gambling wouldn't hurt. September. Now, I want to show you this card, and everybody who's watching, all 16 of you, I want you to listen. People see the Tower card and think, oh my God, doom, gloom, and destruction. It's not how I read it. I want you to think of it like an imploding sports stadium. Red Sox went to build a new stadium. They're going to have to blow up Fenway first. So there are some things in September for you that you're going to have to look at and decide what goes. There is going to be a breakdown in something important to you, but it is a breakdown that is necessary to replant seeds and to make it stronger in the long run. So whatever happens, don't panic. You say, okay, this is the universe telling me I need to change some things. Let's see what we do. Okay. Should Loki stay or go? Jacqueline, if it's Tom Hiddleston, he should stay. Good Lord, woman, are you nuts? Otherwise, I don't know who Loki is, but I'll see a stay or a go. Stay is a bit of a gamble. Go is what you think about, but I think there's a little guilt. You must do what you know is right here. This can sometimes be a problem, but since I don't know whether Loki is a child, a pet, or what, I would say if you feel in the analysis that you cannot work with this entity, then I'd say out they go. Okay. Let's see. Bianca, any messages from my guides? No, Harley, she didn't ask you. Harley is my ginger rescue boy who's trying to walk across the desk. I have 3 cats. So, all right, Bianca, let me see what I have for you. This guy is very punk. He's young guy. Greased hair, not a mohawk, but greased hair back, leathers and chains, and hi, I'm tough, but he has the most angelic face. And so this is apparently your personal guide, and he says his name is Ra-Ra, R-A-R-A. Don't ask me, I'm just the reporter. And he says, look carefully at how my tough outside guards my soft inside. I will be working with you so that you understand the difference between inside and outside, hard and soft. I will send you a very clear message that it's me within the next 2 weeks. Now, that is a very specific message that I do not normally get, but apparently needed to do that for you. So there's your new guide, Ra-Ra. Okay. Audrey, thinking of moving closer to family in Toronto or Stratford. Any insights? Well, Toronto, 3 cards. Stratford, 3 cards. I miss my Canadians. I really do. I loved doing shows up there. All right, Toronto. It's a bit of a gamble finding the good place. Make sure that you can run your own life. It doesn't get swallowed up by family, because you're going to have a lot of family responsibilities if you're closer. If you go to Stratford, happy relocation card. You can pour yourself into what is of interest to you, but there's always going to be that guilt, should I have. I think you need to think about yourself, and Stratford looks better. Let's see, Zenda, what do my guides want to tell me? Okay. All right, interesting. I see your guides, and they're all showing like little kids, mud pies, and tea parties. So there are a couple of things about this. Your guides are saying, don't be afraid to get dirty to get what you want. That's the first thing. Mud is mud. And the other is stop being so, I'm hearing them say, stop being so serious. I think you may live very regulated life. Life has to be like this. And they're saying, stop. They're saying, get dirty, get silly, make faces at people. If you are doing something somebody else doesn't like, you just do this. You claim your independence this summer is what I'm hearing from them. Okay. And I just noticed I had this on inside out. Damn. I get so concentrated on reading for you guys that I don't even look. Okay. Debbie, I'm on the coast now, but we lost our house to Hurricane Florence. I don't ever want to go through that again. Maybe a mountain house on the lake. So I don't know if you were the, okay, yes, you are mountains or sea. Okay, you could do that. There are also some places that, even though it's coastline, are relatively safe. You go up to Maine, there are lots of rocky prominences in Maine. You would be safe, and a lot fewer hurricanes in Maine than wherever you are. Okay. Okay, SM says, hey, can I also ask? I don't know who SM is. Let me review again. The rules are 1 question per person. 1. I don't do mediumship. Why not? Because when I get your dead people, I do not censor, and stuff might come out of my mouth that you are not comfortable having recorded and in public. Health questions, honestly, darling, I've been a cancer dancer 3 times. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. You really don't want me to do health. Health, you go to Stacy Wells. Stacy is, I think, the best medical intuitive in the US. She found my cancer before people at the hospital saw it. She has seen brain tumors people have missed. She is brilliant. And yes, she can work at a distance. StacyWells.com. Questions about curses, entities, anything that is Wicca, witchcraft related, you go to Katrina and Eric Rasbold, crossroadsoccult.com. And my cats refer to Catherine Knock as Auntie K. When they hear her on Zoom, they come scrambling from wherever they are in the house because they all want to talk to her. So, and she now has a site, catherineknott.com. So for animals, for health, and for Wiccan stuff, those are my 3 go-to peeps. Okay. SM, you need to tell me where you are, please. Write the question again. Tell me where you are. Now, a couple of important things. Might as well tell you while I'm here. You've got The Magic Who Needs a Genie, my book on how to be an A-lister. If you want to do what I do and you want to go on the holistic circuit, is being totally revised and will be out in late July. It'll this time be published by me, not Amazon. It's a much better looking book. It's tightened up. And for those who purchase the book, there's going to be a page of updates always on my website for all of the URL stuff that we refer to in the book, plus some extras. Okay, so if you are interested in being a reader, a healer, a vendor at a holistic expo, spiritual expo, psychic fair, get that book. The cover will be the same, so I can show you the cover. That's what the cover looks like. It will say revised on it somewhere. And again, it will be out in late July. You'll be able to get it on Amazon or right through CorbieMitleid.com. Now, what do you do if you've got questions and you know that a 3-card throwdown is not going to be enough? This is what you do. Every summer, I discount my readings because I know y'all need to have money for vacations. So, see that? 30-minute general readings are usually $125. Now they're $99. 60-minute readings, usually $250, are $199. But look at the codes. For the 30-minute, you use summer 30. For the 60-minute, you use summer 60. You can only use it once. Don't think that you're going to schedule 3 readings with me in a row and it's all at the discount. Everybody gets 1 shot. But I do that specifically so people have a chance to get their questions done, and then they have a little extra money to spend when they're out of town. Okay? Now, let's take a look at, all right, she's from Pakistan. Okay, that's so good. All right, let me see what the relationship looks like. You, him, the relationship, what you need to know, and best possible outcome. You. I'm not surprised. This is you. You feel like you're scared, you're not understanding, you can't see where to go. But I want you to look very carefully. Do you see that this woman is not pinned down by the swords? She's not trapped. If you decide that you're going to look forward and move under your own power, you can find the answers that you seek. He likes your brain. He thinks you're smart. The 2 of you, broken heart card. This is, to be honest, the toughest card you can get for relationships. What you need to know, you would be carrying all the responsibilities in the relationship. He wouldn't carry any of them. He would expect you to do everything to make it work. It is time to move on. Okay. Gabe, do my guides have anything to tell me? Okay. All right, your guide is sitting there trying to play a guitar and he keeps breaking strings. What that tells me is you keep trying to move forward on a project and you are self-sabotaging yourself. Okay? Why do I say self-sabotaging? Because a good guitar player knows how to tighten the strings of the guitar so they don't break on it. So what your guides are saying is, please look at the important things that you feel never seem to work for you and be honest in gauging whether you are self-sabotaging yourself for any reason. Example, somebody says, I really want to lose weight, but I just couldn't resist the ice cream. The honest answer is, I wanted to diet, but I wanted the ice cream more. When we get really honest with ourselves is when we can make the changes. So that's what your guides have to say for you. Sheila LaFrance, Easton. I am so lost. My immediate family has all passed. Should I move closer to my North Carolina? Well, let's see what happens if you do move closer, okay? I'm going to use my Zen philosophy deck for you. Okay. Traveling is good, at least visit them. But be patient. I don't know how long it has been since everyone has passed. It is time to let go. Now, that could be let go of missing them. I know what it is to miss someone. Or let go of where you live. Hold on one second. Achoo! 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 Sorry, guys, never less than 3, never more than 9. That's the rule. So I do want to pull one card to see if I can get some clarifying on the letting go part. It says, look at the world. So I would say, spend some time in North Carolina, discuss with them what you're thinking of doing, but don't make any irreversible decisions at this point in time. Thank you, Michelle, very much, darling. Shelley, what should be the time? Shelley Brianza, I'm going to whack you. Shelley is one of my promoters for one of my fairs. Look, you and I can chat about this outside of the 3-minute 3-card throwdown, okay? Call me. Ashley, I'd like to know about my next relationship. Okay, Ashley, for you, I'm going to pull what I call the 4 and 4. The first 4 cards are what you're going to need to bring to the table in order to make it work. And the second 4, if your partner doesn't have them, it's a non-starter. Don't waste your time. Okay? So you'll have some direction on what's next. What you will need to bring to the table in order to make the next relationship work. Lighten up, darling. If he doesn't call you, it's not the end of the world. He'll call tomorrow. 2, give the relationship enough time to work. Most of us these days, I mean, mankind now has a span of attention shorter than a goldfish. No joke. They've done studies. But give the relationship enough time to grow roots. 3rd, you're going to have to open up to these people. Doesn't mean, you show them everything on the first date, but you're going to have to lower your shields a little bit. And 4th, no judgments about them because they'll probably be very different from anyone you've dated before. Now, what do they need to bring to the table to make sure it works? They have to nurture you. Rub your back, bring you a cup of tea. Listen when you've had a bad day, not constantly try to fix. 2, they need some perspective, so I would say they should probably be at least 3 or 4 years older than you are. They have to understand about connection. This is what I call the paw touch. Sometimes, even in the best relationships, you don't talk to each other for a week because that's just circumstances. And he has to understand it doesn't mean that you're quitting on him, that is just life gets busy. And 4th, he has to let you in backstage. None of these strong, silent, you never get to know who he is, because I guarantee you when that happens, something is going to be found out in a very difficult situation and you will not be happy. So that's what you need to look for in their next relationship and what you need to bring along as well. Shelley, I told you. You and I can talk offline. Why do I do these free readings? I do these free readings because I can reach people that I don't know and aren't near me. We've had people from Pakistan, we've had people from Arizona, and maybe they can't afford my readings because I'm not cheap. I mean, I've been reading for 50 years. I'm a certified tarot master. I'm in books. So no, I'm not cheap. I'm good though. Still, if those people can get their answers in a quick card throwdown or a quick guide check with me, I am more than happy to do that for them. That's how I pay back the universe. But if you're someone who knows me, who is a regular client, who is a buddy of mine, I mean, wave, do this at me. I don't mind that. But leave the question space for those who can't reach me any other way but this. That's what I try to do for people. Okay. Lisa, spirit guides. Okay, let's take a look. Lisa, you know the old story about ducks? They look serene on the surface and they're paddling like hell underneath. Well, they're showing me a duck spirit guide for you right now. And they bring those two things to mind. So what I'm going to tell you is there is stuff that is moving beneath the surface that you cannot see for your life. It may look like there's no movement on the surface, but underneath the guides are putting pedal to the metal. And I'm hearing November. There's something that's going to blast open for you in November. Have patience. Your requests have been heard, and upstairs is working on it for you. Okay? Let's see. Elise Tay. Lisa Hodenkamp has been a longtime client of mine. I haven't talked to her in a couple of years, but that's why she got away this time without the birthday. Where I will divorce soon and live alone without partner. Well, let's take a look if you do and if you don't. Okay? Remember, free will is yours, not mine. I can just show you what the roadmap is. Okay. If you divorce and if you don't. Okay, Elisa, you asked one question. You gave me two. I'm answering the first one. Okay. If you get divorced soon, it's a bit of a gamble. No decision has been made yet. Somebody is going to pull what I call the love trick. They're going to say, but I love you, when you try to move out. If you stay married, someone is still going to go on a new road, and that may be cheating. You will be given a very clear choice of stay or go that you will have to make a decision on. And there will be a lot of arguments. So at this point, you really do have to look and say, are you gaining anything from being married, or are you just scared not to be married? It is better to be on our own than in a marriage that brings us grief and pain and sorrow. It really is. Okay. Let's see. All right. Looks like we are caught up with people at the moment. If you haven't asked a question, please feel free to pop one in. Irina, I don't know who you are. I haven't seen you yet. So now, one of the other things that I want to encourage you, which I haven't said in a while, if you have general metaphysical questions, for instance, can we all read tarot cards? Or how do you deal with a ghost in your house? Or how do I connect with my past lives? Things that aren't a specific answer for you, but the answer would benefit everybody here. I absolutely would encourage you to ask those, because this is not just, hey, Corbie, do a reading for me, but it's also my chance to give you a little bit of an education. Okay? Vanessa, do my sprite guide. Boy, sprite guide instead of spirit. Sprite guide would be very cool. Okay? All right, interestingly, your Sprite guide has a hose and he is just spraying everywhere that's like water gushing out. So remember, water is emotion, water is movement. So what I'm seeing is you may have a month or so when your emotions are just out there. Boom. And it feels like you can't control them. But remember, what also does water at that strength do? It washes things clean. So I think that there's some maybe even rude things you need to tell to people to get things off your chest, to clear the air, and they're saying, do it, do it, do it. Okay. Iris Elizabeth is going to be our last question since we're already at 5 minutes to 3. When will I be financially independent finally? I'm getting months. It's starting now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 months from now. Really, really comfortable. So we're looking at next April. Next April, everything should be taken care of. Okay? So, do I have anything else? If any of you are wondering how I do what I do, you can learn to do it too. I've told you many times, I am not special. This is the book I learned with. Opening to Channel, How to Connect with Your Guides. Sanaya Roman and Dwayne Packer. Okay? Again, summer sale now through Labor Day. Go on to CorbieMitleid.com. Scroll down the first page and you'll get the information. And remember, books from me, you've got 3. You've got Clean Out Your Life Closet, Clarity, Adaptability, Simplicity, and Making Friends with Stress. You've got The Yellow Brick Road, all about how to use psychic work wisely. And you've got The Magic Who Needs a Genie. If you want to do what I do, I was 18 years on the road, 45 weekends a year. My nickname was the Travel Channel. You do not have to reinvent everything I already learned. It is all there for you because I have come off the road at my age. I'm 68, guys. I've been doing this. I was 45 weekends a year on the road since my late 40s. Enough already. I would love to turn over the circuit to you all and see you as fabulously successful. So that's how I can help you do it. All right. I believe that the July readings will be on July 16th, 2 o'clock as always. I love having you here. I am really grateful that you show up and you give me the opportunity to kind of say to the universe, thank you for the years of work and happiness and purpose that you have given me. So here is my kiss back. Okay? Be well, be safe, have a great, great rest of June and start of July, and I will see you soon.